Stop scrolling for 10 seconds and look at your tires next time you walk to your car. Not the tread, the sidewall. If it is gray, faded, or covered in that ugly brown film, I am about to show you something that will completely change how you think about tire care. Because that brown layer you have been scrubbing off every weekend, it is not damage. It is your tire trying to save its own life. And that $12 bottle of tire shine you just bought is quietly destroying the rubber from the inside out. I am going to show you the exact chemical process happening on your sidewalls, why the tire industry designed it that way, and the $3 pharmacy product that works better than anything in the auto parts store. Let me explain exactly what is going on with your rubber. Modern tires are engineered with protective chemicals called antioxidants and antioxidants. These are not cheap fillers. These are expensive compounds that tire manufacturers specifically add to fight the two biggest enemies of rubber, ultraviolet radiation from the sun and ozone in the atmosphere. As your tires sit in sunlight, those protective compounds slowly migrate from deep inside the rubber up to the surface. When they reach the surface, they react with oxygen and ozone in the air and form a brownish, waxy film. That brown color has a technical name. It is called blooming, and it means the tire is actively defending itself against environmental damage. This is not a design flaw. This is intentional engineering. Bridgestone, Michelin, Goodyear, and other major manufacturers have published technical documents explaining this exact process. They call it sacrificial protection. Antioxidants migrate to the surface, react with harmful elements in the air, and form a thin barrier layer that stops those elements from attacking the deeper rubber structure. The brown film is literally the tire's immune system doing its job. So when you spray tire shine on your sidewalls and watch that brown film disappear in seconds, revealing jet black, glossy rubber underneath, what just happened? You did not clean the tire. You stripped its natural protection. Most commercial tire shines, especially the high-gloss wet look formulas that everyone loves, are built on petroleum distillates and silicone oils. If you read the safety data sheets, I did that for about 15 different brands, you will see ingredients such as naphtha, mineral spirits, dimethicone, and cyclomethicone. These are solvents and coating agents. The solvents dissolve that brown protective layer instantly. That is why the tire turns jet black in seconds. It looks incredible, but you just removed the tire's natural defense system. So what happens next? The silicone oils in the formula coat the sidewall with a shiny film. Here is the problem. Silicone molecules are massive compared to the porous structure of vulcanized rubber. They are too large to penetrate. They cannot condition the rubber because they cannot get inside it. They just sit on top like a layer of wax. For about 48 hours, your tires look insane. Deep black, glossy, wet. Then reality hits. The coating starts to break down. At highway speeds, centrifugal force slings droplets of silicone onto your paint, your wheel wells, your brake calipers. It attracts dust like a magnet. Rain washes it off. A week later, your tires look worse than before you started, because now they have lost their natural protection and the artificial coating is gone. So you reapply, and reapply, and reapply. And that is not an accident. That is a business model. The tire shine industry is worth hundreds of millions of dollars annually. It is designed for repeat purchases. They make the product look amazing for 2 days, fade fast, and get the customer to buy again. I am not here to trash the detailing industry. There are legitimate, high-quality products out there made by people who care about long-term rubber health. But the mass-market stuff you see at gas stations and big box stores is optimized for instant visual results and rapid repurchase cycles, not for protecting your $400 per tire investment. Now here is where this gets really interesting. There is a compound that has been used for over 2 centuries. It was first isolated in 1779 by Swedish chemist Carl Wilhelm Scheele. It is used in pharmaceuticals, food production, skincare, and industrial applications. It is one ingredient, no branding, no marketing hype, no celebrity endorsements, just pure chemistry. Glycerin, specifically vegetable glycerin, and it changes everything about how tire conditioning actually works. Here is why this matters. Glycerin is a humectant, so it attracts and retains moisture from the air. More importantly, on a molecular level, it is small enough to penetrate the microporous structure of vulcanized rubber. There is peer-reviewed research on this. Studies published in the Journal of Applied Polymer Science show that glycerol, the chemical name for glycerin, acts as a mild plasticizer in rubber compounds. Translation: it does not just coat the surface, it actually gets inside the polymer matrix and helps restore flexibility by interacting with the rubber chains themselves. Instead of stripping protection and painting on temporary shine, you are feeding the rubber from within. Completely different mechanism, completely different result. Now I know what you are thinking. If this actually works, why is everyone not doing it? 2 reasons. First, it does not photograph well. Glycerin gives a natural satin finish, not a dripping wet mirror gloss. In the age of Instagram and car show culture, satin does not sell. Wet gloss sells. Second, there is no profit margin in telling people to buy $3 glycerin from Walgreens. Tire shine companies cannot build a brand around an unpatentable commodity chemical, so they do not talk about it. But the science is there, and I am going to show you exactly how to use it. But before we get into application, we need to talk about the prep work. This is where most people screw this up, and then blame the product. If you have been using commercial tire shine for months or years, there is a silicone film built up on your sidewalls. It is invisible, but it is there. If you do not remove it completely, glycerin cannot penetrate the rubber. You will just be putting humectant on top of silicone and nothing will work. So here is the decontamination process. Grab a stiff bristle tire brush. Not a soft detailing brush, a stiff one. You need mechanical agitation. Mix basic dish soap, Dawn or any grease cutting formula, with warm water in a bucket. Scrub the sidewall hard. I mean really scrub it. You are trying to break down months of silicone buildup. Rinse with a hose. Now here is the test. Spray water on the sidewall. If it beads up into little droplets, there is still coating on the surface. Scrub again. You want the water to sheet evenly across the rubber, like it is bare. That is when you know the silicone is gone. For tires that have been coated heavily for years, you might need to do this 2 or 3 times. It is tedious, but it is necessary. Once the tires are clean, let them dry completely. Not damp, not mostly dry, completely dry. If there is any moisture on the surface, it will dilute the glycerin and reduce penetration. Give it 30 minutes in the sun or an hour in the shade. Now you are ready. Grab pure vegetable glycerin. You can find this at any pharmacy, CVS, Walgreens, Walmart, even Amazon. The label will say 100% glycerin or pure vegetable glycerin. It usually costs $2 to $4 for an 8-ounce bottle. 1 bottle will last you months. Here is the mix ratio. 1 part glycerin to 1 part distilled water. Not tap water, distilled water. The minerals in tap water can leave a white residue on the rubber. Mix it in a spray bottle and shake it well. Glycerin is thick, so it takes a minute to blend. Now lightly mist the sidewall until it looks evenly wet. Do not soak it, just a light, even coat. And here is the critical part. Let it sit for 10 to 15 minutes. This is the penetration phase. You will actually see the tire darken as the glycerin absorbs into the rubber. If you wipe it immediately, you are not giving it time to work. This is not a coating, it is a treatment. Let it soak in. After 10 to 15 minutes, take a foam applicator pad or a clean microfiber towel and gently work the glycerin into the sidewall with circular motions. You are helping it penetrate deeper and spreading it evenly. Then, take a dry microfiber towel and lightly buff off any excess. Run your finger across the sidewall. It should feel dry to the touch. Not greasy, not slick, not tacky, just smooth, natural rubber. And the color? Deep, rich, satin black. It looks like a brand new tire straight from the factory. No fake gloss, no wet shine, just healthy, conditioned rubber. Now here's what blows people's minds. This lasts weeks, not days, weeks. Because it's not sitting on top of the rubber waiting to wash off, it's inside the rubber. I tested this in rain, through car washes, in 100-degree summer heat. It stays. When it does start to fade after 3 or 4 weeks, the tire does not look worse than before. It just gradually returns to its natural state. You reapply when you feel like it, not because the product failed and left your tires looking trashed. Let's talk about cost, because this is where it gets absurd. If you wash your car twice a month and use a typical $15 bottle of Tire Shine that gives you maybe 4 applications, you are spending around $90 to $100 a year just on Tire Shine. And that is if you are only doing maintenance coats. If you are chasing that wet look every week, you are spending way more. A $4 bottle of glycerin mixed 1-to-1 with distilled water will give you 8 to 10 full treatments. Maybe $15 a year total if you treat your tires monthly. But the real value is not the cost savings. It is the long-term health of the rubber. The U.S. Tire Manufacturers Association has published guidelines on preventing premature tire aging caused by environmental exposure. Their recommendation is avoid petroleum-based dressings that can degrade rubber over time. Condition the rubber, do not coat it. And that is exactly what glycerin does. It supports the tire's natural defense mechanisms instead of fighting against them. You are working with the chemistry the tire was designed with, not against it. Now, let me address the skeptics, because I know what you are thinking. If this is so great, why do tire manufacturers not recommend it? They do, indirectly. If you read the care instructions that come with premium tires, they specifically warn against solvent-based dressings and recommend mild soap and water for cleaning. They do not want you using harsh chemicals, but they cannot tell you to go buy glycerin from the pharmacy because they are not in that business. They make tires, not aftercare products. So they stay vague. Mild cleaners, avoid petroleum products. Keep it simple. That is code for do not use the stuff everyone is using. Let me be very clear about what glycerin is not. It is not magic. It will not resurrect a tire that is already structurally compromised. If you have deep cracks, dry rot, or sidewall damage, replace the tire. This is maintenance, not repair. Glycerin helps preserve healthy rubber. It slows down aging. It keeps the sidewall flexible and protected. But if the tire is already cooked, no amount of conditioning will bring it back. Safety first, always. And if you absolutely love that super glossy, dripping wet show car look, glycerin will not give you that. This is for people who want their tires to look clean, natural, and expensive without screaming for attention. Here is what I want you to do. Try it on one tire. Just one. Leave the other 3 alone. Apply glycerin using the process I just described. Wait a week. Wash your car. Check all 4 tires. Compare the one treated with glycerin to the other 3. Look at the color, the texture, how it handles water, how it looks in direct sunlight. Then decide. I have done this test dozens of times with friends, family, and detailing clients. Every single time they ask for the glycerin bottle before I leave, because the difference is obvious. Now let me give you some real-world application tips that I have learned from years of using this. First, if you live in a humid climate, you can get away with a slightly weaker mix. 3 parts glycerin to 4 parts water. The humidity in the air will help the glycerin stay active longer. If you live in a dry climate like Arizona or Nevada, stick with the 1-to-1 ratio, or even go slightly stronger. 2 parts glycerin to 1 part water. The dry air will try to pull moisture out of the rubber, and the extra glycerin helps counteract that. Second, do not apply glycerin in direct sunlight on a hot day. The heat causes it to evaporate before it can penetrate. Do it in the shade or in the evening when the tires have cooled down. Third, if you drive a lot of highway miles, reapply every 3 weeks instead of every month. The constant heat cycling and ultraviolet exposure at highway speeds accelerates aging, so a little more frequent treatment helps. Fourth, this works on any rubber. Trim pieces, door seals, wiper blades, anything rubber. Same process, same results. The craziest part about all of this? Glycerin has been sitting in pharmacy aisles this entire time. It's been used for centuries. The science is published. The chemistry is proven. But the tire care industry has spent decades convincing us that we need their proprietary formulas. $12 aerosol cans with names like Extreme Wet Shine and Ultimate Black Gloss. Meanwhile, the actual solution costs $3 and doesn't even have a brand name on it. It's just glycerin. Boring, unbranded, effective. So next time you are standing in the auto parts store staring at a wall of tire shine products, all promising instant results and lasting protection, ask yourself one question. Do you want shine that lasts 2 days, or do you want healthy rubber that lasts 2 years? Because you cannot have both. The chemistry does not work that way. You either strip and coat, or you condition and protect. One makes the product manufacturer rich. The other makes your tires last. If this just saved you $100 a year, or added months of life to your tires, send this to someone who is obsessed with their car. Because most people have no idea that the brown film is not failure, it is protection. And sometimes the best solution is not in the auto aisle, it is in the pharmacy. Try it once. Compare it side by side. Then you decide. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.